Welcome back to the Sentai Review. It is time to talk about the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie Zord. Robot, Ninja,
Zord, thing.
Reploid Bill, Solid Bill.
Sub-level Sario.
Scott, Action Jackson, and these are going to be heavily CGI'd.
Yeah, we're going to get our glitter on.
But first, we take a look at some interior stuff.
Okay, cockpit designs. I'm cool with it.
Yeah, they kind of look like better than the series.
I don't know, man. That pink looks like it doesn't have a rockin' stereo anymore.
Actually, I'm pretty sure it does.
Yeah, it probably still does.
It looks like the controls are fairly, okay, how do I put this?
They're
It
kind
seems
of different.
like, yeah, each person is kind of different with the way their controls are in their Zord. Like, she has the two bars here on the side where you'll see that Adam, he had his controls almost like two joysticks in front of him, like he was playing Steel Battalion.
Yeah.
And then his Xbox stopped working.
I told you I was sorry like 30 times before. Eat a dick.
So those that don't understand that, if you don't listen to
the other shows.
Yeah, we also do a game show, and fandomnight.com, you can get the feeds for all of our stuff. In Legacy of Gaming, I brought it up that years ago we were hanging out, and Seth brings over Steel Battalion, and we're like, this is cool, because it's got this controller, and it's just like the best thing ever, and let's get on it. So we're getting on it, and we play this game, and we have some fun. I unplug the controller, turn the Xbox off. A little while later, we decide we're going to play something else. We turn the Xbox back on. Somehow, the Xbox could no longer recognize that the controller was not plugged in, and we could not fix it. It got jammed in the awesome controller setting. So when the Xbox turned on and that controller wasn't plugged in, it did something in the software where it just kind of flatlined the Xbox and it stopped working forever.
Which is the reason why the tank box is sitting over there is not as badass as it used to be with all the stickers and shit all over it, is because it's now my tank box that I bought from a Game Crazy when I got it, Steel Battalion, and the controller. And for those of you who have never played or seen anything on Steel Battalion, it literally is like Adam's cockpit. It's two joysticks, there's a bunch of toggle switches, a bunch of buttons you can press, and you literally were supposed to, pilot the mech.
And it was cool.
Yeah.
And then
you literally felt like you were piloting a Gundam mobile suit.
And then I got a new Xbox.
Yeah. For free.
For free.
Come with all sorts of free music and shit on it, because that's what mine came with.
I will say the integrity of it, though. The fact that Seth was like, oh shit, dude, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And then he just, gave me his Xbox. He was just like, dude, here, I'm sorry. He was like, I don't know what happened. So, hopefully Adam doesn't need any new controllers. Next.
Oh, here's an interior shot of, I think, Rocky's Ape Sword.
Yeah.
Coming down onto the...
Okay, yeah, well, this is
Z-bot.
neat because we could see there's two little screens up here that are showing him detailed information. I'm guessing this is like a three-dimensional map type of thing up here on the left,
That's
maybe?
not showing him detailed information. He's currently playing two Atari 2600 games on two different TVs.
Okay, while I will agree with
multitasking.
you, I think that wasn't the original intention.
Yeah.
But
then
yes.
again, they probably didn't figure that some jackasses like us were going to have screenshots of the movie. So they were just like, yeah, put some shit up on a TV and green screen the fuck out of the front and just fucking do it.
Man, that's
wait.
joke.
Rocky's about... Rocky? Is it Rocky or Adam?
Yeah, it would be Rocky at this point.
Rocky's about to try to sneak attack this Zord, or this monster.
And
Man.
his Donkey Kong ape fucking robot, yeah.
I'm going to tell you, this is... I remember the CG of this movie being bad, but looking at this...
It brings back a whole bunch of memories.
Oh man, that is awful. It literally took me until just now to even recognize what I was looking at. Because the bug, it's the mantis dude, and he's looking this way, and Rocky's behind it, and he's about to jump off the building. Like, I didn't know if they were in space or if this was like I couldn't tell what this was.
We'll get to the space part. Don't worry.
Next.
Oh, here's the Pink Ranger in her plane.
Next. I like
Shooting
that thing.
missiles.
I loved that Falcon, dude.
Yeah, I know.
But I always had one problem with it. If the Falcon Zord flies up and shoots 8 missiles, what does it do then?
It flies away.
Yeah.
Like, is that all it can really do? It's like, take this! Pew, 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 pew. Shit, I'm out. Because the Dragon Zord used to shoot missiles, and then he would just, like, reload the missiles somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, unless this kind of reloads, which could.
But
unless
how?
the extra missiles are hiding in that gray part at the bottom of the wings.
But it
No.
can't, because look, that goes back into that gray part.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean.
Yeah. Next.
Oh, yeah, the wolf.
Close up of the wolf.
God.
CG.
That's
Zord.
the bear. It's so bad you can't even tell,
Yeah.
but that's the
Oh,
bear because
yeah,
it's
bears.
yellow.
Yep.
It's the blue thing. So.
That's how bad this is. Glitter. Next.
And CG
There's
cogs.
the wolf.
Yeah, there's the wolf.
Oh my God. How did they look at this and think it was
The greatest thing ever.
next?
Welcome to...
Oh, we're fucking really? Look at that.
yeah, welcome to early CG.
I don't even... No, wait a second. Like, how far are we into CG at this point? Like, they couldn't have done better than this?
What year was this that this came out?
Fuck, hold on. Come hither,
Yeah,
Internet.
I know that was, late 90s?
Man.
Something like that.
Late
Because I know I was
mid-nineties?
watching some movie that had CG in it, and the CG looked like shit. And
I
that
mean,
was from the 90s
even
as well.
even if we say they could have done better or they couldn't have done better, what was wrong with the models? I mean, put the guy back in the suit.
I'm just glad that
1995 was the movie.
No.
I'm just thankful that they
And
didn't.
now that I'm thinking about it, the thing with the shitty CGI was Fight Club. But in Fight Club, it actually looked good because they tried to
Well,
make
when
it
did
seem
Spawn
like it
come
was a
out?
Motherfucker.
Because Spawn is really, really good CGI. For its time, it
Yeah,
was
for the
really
time.
pushing it.
But I'm thankful that they didn't try like
it would help if I put
an
movie.
actual Power Rangers game with the Zords. That would have been
The Spawn movie was
garbage.
97, so it was 2 years
Okay.
later.
And actually, there was the movie game you got these Zords.
but they didn't look this bad.
Well,
That's because the game actually
Next.
has the ability of graphical capabilities.
It's the
Oh,
frog.
look, the frog.
Froggy Lick.
Using the licky tongue.
Using the lucky tongue
Hey,
on the
look!
scorpion.
Adam's future Zord.
In case Scotty didn't zoom in on that when editing this, Bill pointed to the truck underneath of the frog's ass.
The frog shit.
Next. Oh,
We got Zord down and 2 Zords approaching.
these images hurt my eyes.
We got the wolf and bear approaching the ape Zord that's down.
Next. Oh,
Oh, the
bitch.
Megazord.
What
form.
the fuck?
next.
Oh, the cockpit of the...
Yes!
We locked the back door. Yeah.
Achievement! Beep, boop. Okay, controlling the Zord in here.
What the... Wait, are those controllers on her legs?
I was just about to say, how awkward is it to control the Zord when you have all these buttons in front of you and leg handles? Because he has like little handles up here, and Adam seems to have a handle I don't know. I don't even understand
The
what's
handles
going
in
They
on
might
there.
have two, but one of them might be behind like the.
And her
glass
handles are
thing.
like connected to the seat, like right at her leg.
Yeah.
And Rocky has nothing.
No, he has toggle switches off to his side.
Oh, yeah. Next.
Yeah, kind of a foolish shot of the complete Megazord.
Why does this suck so bad?
It's so awful.
I remember having this Megazord, like the toys for it, and like the toys were fucking awesome.
Because they were shiny. They were shiny. They were like,
Yeah.
they looked more metal, like real to you when they were toys. Kind of like how you bought the white one, but I bought the Dragon Zord, and he's made from that die-cast metal. So he's heavier, and he's shiny, and he looks really authentic. He looks really cool, where the Megazord I have down here is still the original plastic toy.
Well, actually, I think the one that I got was the plastic toy, but the one that I got, literally, the Megazord stood like this type of thing. Like, I know you guys can't see because this is radio, but like literally from the ground to like where my hand is, which is about a good 2.5, 3 feet.
It's about as tall as the arm of the chair.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you got, like a decent couch or, a normal reclining chair, that's pretty much what it was.
Yeah, but I remember these because they were shiny. I remember that they were like reflective. And that looked really cool on the toy.
Yeah, because it was
But,
like a
oh my
silver
God.
paint type of thing.
You want to
but
know
yeah.
something really sad? I saw some boxes displaying this movie Zord. Guess what Zord was actually in it? The series Zord.
Good.
Yeah.
Next.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
A comparison shot between the...
More feet.
Holy shit.
Next.
Somebody's VHS copy got worn out there is what the problem was.
I think that's the sword. Yeah, that's
Next.
the sword.
Okay, knee in the balls,
Yeah, this is the knee.
which is what this whole episode has been.
Yeah.
Next.
Oh.
Red monkey.
I think a CG of the monkey was already
Next.
CG's worst.
See, that's the toy. The toy is awesome. He's all like silver and glowy.
Yeah, the figure itself looked awesome.
Next.
And here it is side by side with the actual
They should have
series.
just put him in the fucking suit. Look, and here's what's weird. They went through the trouble of making Ranger costumes all updated and everything. You're telling me they couldn't have made, because I don't think this is a CG city either. I think they are on like a, kind of like how they did the Ghostbusters when they did the Marshmallow
when they did
Man.
like
I think they're in
studio
like
lot,
a fake studio lot made up to look like buildings and whatnot. So if they have an area like that,
Actually, it wouldn't surprise me because back in '95 they were still able to make models for relatively cheap. It was the CG that cost the money.
Because if the city is CGI'd that well, and then the Zord looks that bad, then something went wrong.
No, I think what it is I think they literally made like an actual like model. Like think Doc Brown model.
Unless they're filming in the actual city, and right now they like the studio lot or whatever. I don't know. What the fuck?
Like I said, in order for them to break shit easily, it either is a back studio lot, or
it
I'm
could've been a
thinking
model.
they literally made like an actual 2-scale city model, so they could just like walk in and like flick a building and be like, "Oh, it's broke."
Just put the guy in the suit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Just put the guy in the suit. Swallow your American pride and put the Japanese guy in the suit. Next. Ass.
yeah.
Oh my God.
And this time we got the movie one with the Falcon on the back, on the right, and we got the series with the Falcon on the back,
oh my
on the
God.
left.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Because I had the movie at my dad's house and I had the series at home, and the series one was fucking pimp as shit. Like, That Zord model was awesome. Oh man. Like, it was cool because it was shiny and looked nice as a toy.
Oh my
what
God!
The fuck?
Okay, for those of you that are doing this podcast-wise, this is outrageous. Like, if you're just listening to the podcast, you need to look up a picture of this or something.
Go to YouTube. Go look at this video.
This is outrageous. It is awful. It is beyond awful. I cannot fathom how did they look at that in a studio? Like, because they had to sit down and they had to watch at least a still, or the director had to the director had to go to a meeting at one point where he had to go see how the CGI was progressing, and somebody showed him that, and he was like, "Okay, cool.
No, it looks good. Whatever."
Yeah, they'll touch up on it some more. It'll sell us lots of toys.
Meanwhile, no, they didn't fucking touch it up at all.
Next.
And we're back.
Thank God.
Good. 1.5 moving along. Fuck that. I'm being generous.
I'm at like a 0.2.
That's what I was going to give them, but I'm being nice.
I'm acknowledging the fact that it exists, and I shouldn't do that. This is awful. This is easily the worst super robot Zord thing ever put in Power Rangers history. There's no way that anything in the series is worse than that.
I almost gave it a 0.
Like I said, that's what I wanted to give it, but I'm going to be nice because I'm going to acknowledge the fact that the series at least had some decent toys for it.
But the reason I'm not giving it a 0...
Or, well, the movie had some decent toys for it.
Is because the Falcon one looked good. That was probably the only one.
The Falcon did look pretty good in CGI, and it did look like about the only one that looked good in CGI. He does make a point.
Actually, the wolf didn't look terrible. It was bad, but compared to some of the others, it wasn't terrible.
Here's the thing. I think that the Zords on their own were not... Okay, they're bad, but...
Not as bad as the Megazord mode.
Yes.
They're more passable. Then when he became the Megazord, that is just...
God fucking awful. Yes.
How did they do that?
Welcome to Hollywood.
I'm giving this Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie Zord 0.1.
Damn, so I was very, very,
you were very
generous.
Dude, this is I easily feel I have seen they could have done claymation puppets.
Putties.
That would have looked better.
Bring in the putties.
They could have literally, I wouldn't have minded. This is real shit. They could have turned it into a big comedy at the end of the movie. It actually had a hand moving around a plastic toy fighting a plastic monster.
Alpha, what are you doing?
And I would have been like, I love how this movie just turns into like this comedy at the end of the movie. Like you thought it was all serious, and then there's this kid playing with toys. I love that.
Well, when we were kids, we weren't thinking about this shit, and we didn't think how like ridiculously stupid it looked.
I was so taken with the Rangers costumes back then when I went to the theater to see this.
And a Rangers movie.
And the fact that it was a Rangers movie. But I loved these costumes so much that my eyes just kind of glazed over the Zord. And then when my dad got me the VHS, I can remember sitting in my room and getting to the part with the Zord and being like, why does it look like that? Because by then the series had caught up.
Yep.
Or rather that I had caught up and seen enough of the series that I was like, dude, these ninja dudes are pretty cool. And then here come this Zord back on my VHS, and I was like, why does it look like that?
So you know what's sad? Me being generous still makes this worse than the Baby Bib Ranger outfits. This got a 0.6.
A 0.6?
0.6.
Well deserved. Well deserved.
Wait.
No, you're not getting anybody to join you in the fucking slow clap. Technically speaking, if we wanted to do this correctly, it should have gone the 2016 Sentai costumes, then the Zord, then the Baby Bib Rangers. But because Jason forgot that we scale out of 5 and not 10, we have this, then the Baby Bib Rangers, then the shitty cocksucking 2016 Super Sentai fucking furry ranger outfits.
Makes you wonder what he would have actually given it had he known that we were grading on 5 and not 10, because thinking that we were grading on a scale of 10...
Technically, it would have been like a 1.25
He gave them like a generous, what was it?
2.5.
2.5. Now, he thought we were grading out of 10, not 5.
Yeah. So, like I said, it would have been a 1 or a 1.2 or a 1.25, something along those lines.
I got a 1 for the series. My middle finger.
Yeah.
So,
opening up old wounds, I know.
I believe a person who has been who's been quite the commenter on our stuff as of lately gave us another topic.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead, Sethery.
Right. We got time to throw this in here.
Give that guy the shout out.
Well, once again, our buddy Noel was busy talking with us, and let me pull up the YouTube so I could get to the comment. Cause,
I believe he gave us a couple of them, didn't he? Or was it just one topic?
Well, he asked a simple question, which we already all know the fucking answer to, which is no.
What?
He asked if Nick had sat down and watched the Train Rangers.
Oh, no.
Yeah, clearly no. And now that I've
He
said
does
that,
like
I don't
them.
even need it.
He does like them a lot.
Yeah.
But he only saw like 4 episodes here at my place.
Yeah. So the topic for today is who were the coolest and who were the shittiest putties.
Oh!
Yeah.
Well, wasn't it like henchman type thing?
Technically, yes. He was asking about the henchmen. But that's only because he was asking because Nick made such a big deal about the, I think they're called the Hawks is what he said they are. The
Crows, I think.
Or yeah, the Crows, that's it. The putties from Train Ranger.
Which, without a doubt, that's my favorite.
Yes,
Dude,
those dudes are fucking cool.
They are so awesome. They look like something out of like a noir or some shit like that. Like,
yeah.
They look very like, there's like a gangster, like old style noir, like Dick Tracy thing going on with them. And they were pretty competent too. Like when I was watching some of the Train Ranger stuff, they're pretty tough to fight. You don't just like walk right through them. So that's pretty sweet. And,
unlike
worst?
the putties when they put the shield on them and they were like, oh god, what do we do? Punch. Oh, just hit the thing in the fucking center, they'll explode.
Dude.
Moving along.
Wow. Yeah, talk about a weakness.
Yeah.
Like, that's not like an exhaust port 2 meters wide on the Death Star, okay? That would be the exhaust port if it was 72 miles wide on the Death Star. Just shoot from a distance, you'll pretty much get it. It's okay.
Now with these,
My worst, fish people.
Oh god, I'd forgotten about them.
The stupid fish people from Turbo.
Yeah.
Not only do I despise Turbo as a show in general, but I think it was not helped by the fact that there were stupid fish people. Like, they were legitimately dumb. Now, here's the thing. In Japan, that show was played for humor.
Yeah.
And it is actually better. I've seen some of it, and I get where they were going with it. It's almost like a satire making fun of themselves, and it works, and it's enjoyable. But here, it's serious. And because the putties are incredibly incompetent and not serious in a competent show.
Sorry, we have to point out that Bill did the air quotes there.
They are that much more awful. Like, they're awful.
Yeah, I'd completely forgotten about them because I was going to say the entire robot empire from Zeo.
actually,
Like something
The
about
cogs.
Yeah, the
Cogs.
cogs. Like, I think it's because, like, they could just literally build them whenever they felt like. So they were just like, yeah, just send out waves of them. We don't give a fuck. And, like, the Rangers would just be like, 1 slash, that guy's dead. 1 slash, that guy's dead. 1 slash, that guy's dead. And the only thing they had on their side was, like, the numbers game. After that, it was like, wow, this is about as bad as the putties where you, like I said, you punch them and they explode.
I kind of have a question which might change your answer. Are we just referring to, like, the putty characters, or are we talking about, like, henchmen like Goldar and Rito?
No, I believe
No,
he's talking about.
yeah.
He's talking about like numbered minions.
Okay.
Like Tengus and putties.
Okay, never mind then.
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to say, I would have had it better if it was that other one, but as far as, like, the putty type things, the worst are probably the ones from the Dino Thunder. Because those things look ugly.
Yeah, sadly, I've never seen them, so
I'm sitting here trying to remember what they are. I've seen them. I can kind of see them.
They're like black with some yellowish green stuff on them. They're just going back and forth. They look more threatening than putties.
Oh, I also don't care for the Stinger guys from Lost Galaxy. There's something about them not having hands.
Yeah, I kind of remember those guys. Keyword is kind of.
Like, okay, they're supposed to fight me, and I get it, they're monsters, but they don't have hands. So, like, at the end of the day, after the Stinger man has shot his laser beams, and let's say he defeats me, I'm dead as shit. Now what? What does he do? How does he function? He doesn't have hands, but he's humanoid. And he's wearing clothes, which also confuses me. I'm not sure how he put those on.
His mommy had to dress him.
And I suppose they're supposed to be like worker bees because the bad guy was like an insect. It was supposed to be like an insect hive mind type of thing. But they still don't have hands or anything like them. They have 2 laser hands. And wings.
I suppose if the Death Star needs some extra stormtroopers with bad aiming capabilities, it could be lent out.
I think what confuses me is even if they're hive mind intelligence, they're bugs, they were in a very futuristic spaceship flying around.
Actually, if you
how
want
did they
stormtroopers,
reach?
you'd be going to the in space guys.
How did they
true.
reach that level where they can live on spacecrafts?
Yeah.
And soar around the cosmos. And everything on the ship is very obviously built by hand. Because it's made by us, and our perspective, we built everything for the stages by hand. So there's switches and knobs and levers and stuff you need hands for. So you mean to tell me that they carried around a bunch of henchmen that have no hands, that only serve one purpose on your ship, to eat your food, take up space, and shoot laser beams. But not in space. You have to land and take them out of the ship and take them to the planet so they can shoot their laser beams.
Well, no, technically, they could roll down a window and, fire out the window.
But then the other people in the ship will die. Because it doesn't seem like they could survive in deep space. We never once seen them do that. In fact, when her ship gets damaged in the show, she needs to stop and fix it. Because she has to have the ship. So that means she brought a whole bunch of henchmen, millions upon millions of bug people that take up space, eat her food, and shoot laser beams after they've been conveniently teleported or transported to a planet's surface where they could do so. They don't have hands. It bothers me. Other henchmen, it doesn't bother me because at least I can see that on a normal day when you're traveling the Galactic Empire being evil, you can
actually issue orders and have them do shit like
Yeah.
mop the floor and scrub the tiles.
The
and
bug people
clean
can't
the
do
ceiling and,
anything. You can't make them swab the deck. You can't make them fix shit. You can't make them clean nothing. And that's another thing,
Henchman
too.
1172, you have a very important job. Record all my TV shows.
The
I
other
don't have a viewing globe that can see everything.
The other thing is that I forgot to add one thing, and I'm sorry if I'm being nasty here, but there's one other thing they do. They take up space, they eat your food, and they shit everywhere. Because they're also,
And they have no hands to flush a toilet.
and they're also bugs, so I seriously doubt they're housebroken because they weren't very smart, so they're pooping all over your ship, they're taking up space, they're eating your food, you can't have them do anything because they can't do anything for you, they can't mop, they can't work the controls, they can't fix shit, they can't push nothing around, they can't like watch prisoners or nothing like that because they don't have the motor function or the biological equipment to do anything except for eat food, shit all over your ship, and take up space. Those might be the ones I think are the worthless.
Anyway.
So I'm changing my answer. Stupid ass bugs with no hands.
Oh, God.
I'm still sticking with the Dino Thunder creatures for my worst.
Oh, shit.
As far as the best ones, I'd say for me, it'd be the putties.
Still, for your original, or is that like a nostalgia, or do you just like them?
Well, I kind of like them more, even though they kind of got a slight upgrade with the said feature. But the original ones were obviously good enough to still be around to survive a desert.
Not the same thing, but I did stop and think about something Dragon Ball Z wise recently. There's one Cyberman wandering around the Earth somewhere.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Shit.
They made a wish on the Dragon Balls to bring back every single person killed by Frieza and his gang. And Vegeta at the time was part of Frieza's gang.
Yeah.
And
Vegeta Jr.
And he killed one Cyberman.
Well, hold on, because it also said every person, and technically a Cyberman is a plant.
I don't know. I tend to feel like there's one stray Cyberman wandering the desert somewhere in Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, I wonder if Team 4-Star could bring him back to help Nappa with his Hollywood career.
Yeah, because they make a joke about it in Team 4-Star that Nappa came back.
Yeah, it's true.
And truth be told, I'm a little confused how he would not have come back. Like,
because
in the actual
he was
continuity,
killed by Vegeta.
Yeah, he's killed by Vegeta.
And he is a person.
I don't know. Just something to think about. Sorry that it just came up in the Sentai show. But
Ginyu Frog did come back. Maybe Ginyu Frog found the Cyberman and changed places.
So that was your favorite is the putties?
Yeah, the best is putties, the worst is the Dino Thunder creatures.
Best is crows, worst is stupid bug guys with no hands that eat, take up space, and shit all over your ship and can't take simple function orders to do anything for you.
And then my best is crows as well, and then worst would be all your stupid fucking Cog Empire jackasses that, just keep sending them at them. We're gonna keep like Zap Brannigan fucking killbots. Just keep sending waves at them.
And their
they'll die.
Their faces used to open up and they would shoot like little orbs.
The cogs that do the bushwhackers hand gestures.
Exactly. It's all they can do is like walk with stiff ass, like shake their elbow, fucking move.
Well, I expect they got gears up their asses.
That's true.
Okay. That was, I think we answered that question there.
Yeah, we did. Technically, the only other question that we can answer isn't so much a question as he said that somebody needs to get off their ass and go to like change.org or some shit and make a petition to get T.O. Cougar, a.k.a. the Train Rangers, to fucking come over here to America to be the next Sentai instead of running around with 13 cocksucking motherfucking dinosaur assholes that needed to be together to beat one dumb motherfucker.
So, here's a question. Now that we're starting to get some of the DVD stuff here, and it's very slow trickling, but we're starting to get some of the DVD stuff put out here, like Zords and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Would it be better to just simply get that Tokuger here as a DVD untouched, or do you want them to attempt an Americanization?
Ooh.
Because I will say this, an Americanization did somehow work out for the Gokaiger. Now, I still think Gokaiger was cooler, but it did work over here.
Well, it also depends if they're going to do it, because, you know, as we've stated before, we got Turbo, and Turbo clearly is not serious shit. And as we've seen from the Train Rangers, don't care anymore what you thinking about justice and stuff.
Concession bot.
It's kind of like a nice mix. It's kind of like a nice mix when you watch it. There's kind of like a comedy that runs throughout the entire thing. It is very lighthearted in its nature, and it deals with a couple of questionable it deals with
Concession bot.
How do I put this? Part of the theme when you're watching it is that what you view as the bad guy is not necessarily a bad person.
Yeah.
That kind of runs throughout the show, where like this one guy has a different viewpoint than them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then there's crazy, like, giant queen Muppet lady that... Yeah, enough said there. I don't know, like, I feel like if they were to actually do it where it's along the exact same lines, where literally, like, they can take the goofy shit and keep the goofy shit in the story. And
but does that work here in America because of what we've done with our series? We're very much comic book superheroes is what we tried to do here. We, like with the Zords, we took away all the mystical stuff and we made them superpowers given to us by a mechanical thing that taps into the morphing grid that is somehow accessed by a little device, and then they turn into Rangers and...
Well, yeah, that's true, but like you just said, we turn them into comic book superheroes. Now, mind you, they're, after this movie that was, you know, being hyped like a son of a bitch was about ready to come out, right? You have 9 and 10-year-old little kids that now know the name Deadpool. And Deadpool is nothing more than a humorous character. He's not supposed to be a badass. He's not supposed to be hard as
I realize
fuck.
that, but if you look at the history of our Power Rangers so far at 22 years...
No, that's true.
We've never once done a comedy-esque show. I mean, some of it's funny because it's so bad.
Yeah.
But that's not what they were going for.
No, I know, but I was also going to say, then you also have Spider-Man, where in our 90s cartoon, I don't remember him being so much of a smartass as, you know, he was always trying to be like, he might throw a joke in here and there, but usually he was trying to be some serious shit. Now you have the new Spider-Man that's running, the Ultimate Spider-Man, and Peter Parker in that literally is a smartass. Like every other thing when he's fighting somebody is like being a jokey, cocky smartass type of thing.
Yeah.
So,
but
I mean,
since
kids
that goes...
growing up now, you know, watching all the comic book shows, they're kind of getting it that, you know, you can be funny while still being a hard ass.
I don't know.
You know
I
mean?
wonder if that would be looked
work.
at. I wonder if it would insult the Power Rangers fan base that exists here, though. Because for 22 years, we took even their joke shows and did them serious.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm thinking if somehow they do Americanize it, as in cut out the concession bot.
They would have to.
Yeah, sadly.
Unless, well, I guess if they put a different person in the costume and played it very differently, like it was actually like a service droid or some shit.
Yeah.
But they could do a lot of edits and could get it in America. But if they do that, I think there could be a possibility that they could do both that and release the original version.
But my question was, should they Americanize it or release it untouched?
Yeah, because like I said, if they can Americanize it where it follows almost like the show is, I would say do the Americanization, but knowing exactly like Bill said, they're not going to fucking do that. They're literally going to make it like some serious shit.
Well, the other thing is that they would have to make one of the human characters a bad guy who's not mind-controlled, who's not under a spell, who's not misled. He's a bad guy because he sees the world differently. Yeah. And then he has to come over to their side of thinking, and that's going to be real tough to play out here in America. You have to take one of these teenagers, because that's what it's going to be as a teenager, and he has to be a legitimate bad guy of his own choice.
Yeah.
And we've only done that once. In our whole series, all 22 years, we've only done it once. And that was with, was it SPD? Where that one team of Rangers disappeared, and then you figure out that they didn't actually disappear.
Oh, yeah, it was,
that they had chosen of their own free will to become villains.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. I think it was Alpha Team with SPD, because the main team was Bravo Team.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's only happened once that we've allowed our people to be bad guys. Of their own accord.
Yeah, I was about to say, because technically I was going to say Tommy, but then you're like, no, not mind-controlled, and it's like, okay, yeah, no.
And then the other thing with the White Ranger guy in Dino Charge, he was something like an adverse effect from the morphing grid from having the power used twice or something.
Yeah, from the Dino Gem kind of affected his mind somewhat.
So that's still not of his own accord. It's only happened once over here that I know of.
Yeah, because I was about to say the only other show that I can
think
of was
Burai was a bad guy of his own choices.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I was about to say, the only other show that I could think of that did something like that was there was, like, the Americanized, what was the show? I don't think it was Guyver. It was fucking something along those lines. Like, it was a show that they literally, like, Americanized over here, and it was, like, one dude was, like, evil and, like, controlling the monsters, but meanwhile, like... the two dudes were, like, kind of friends, went to school together type of thing, and didn't realize that they were, like, enemies.
Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad?
Something like that. Like, I know if I could find a picture of the dude and, like, show it to you, but again, like, brain not functioning, so I can't think of what the fuck to look up anyway.
Because there was a lot of those series where they had the...
Yeah, because like I said, it was like dudes were fighting, like, over the internet type of thing. Yeah, like, it was a digital plane, was it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because like I said, like, dude literally, like, the main Robo kind of looked like a...
Ultraman type guy.
Yeah, it was like an Ultraman type of dude. So yeah, that's exactly what it was.
Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad.
Yeah. Or at least I'm pretty sure. I'm going to go with what you fucking said. But yeah, like I said, that's the only thing I could think of. Where literally it was just opposing views.
I think it was like an ABC show for a while.
I just remember watching, like, the movies and shit, because, like I said...
Like you mean the VHS stuff or something?
Yeah, because, like I said, my stepmom worked at a video store, so literally we just walk around and be like, yeah, we're going to get this and this and this and this, and she'd be like, okay, I'll put it on the account. Have fun this weekend, guys. I'll see you after I'm off work.
The podcast went silent. I'm under the effect that we are done with this episode, though. I think we've done as much discussing as need to be for these
movie
Zords.
The Power Rangers movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey guys, did you like that podcast? If so, head on over to fandomnight.com where you can check out all of our videos, our other members' videos, and subscribe to the RSS feed to get constant podcasts every other day. Later on.